frequently that it makes it more comfortable. That's the big pro into it. Obviously, another pro is like getting paid good, so that's another pro. The con is I've been in fight camp from February to now, so it's been like I've had like a total of 2 weeks off, and the dieting more so than anything is the freaking worst part, man. Even though everyone's like, oh, but you're at 55, I'm still cutting weight. This is not, I'm not walking around at 55. I'm nowhere near 55. So it's still, I knew it would be hard, and everyone has an idea of how hard it would be, but until you're actually in it, you have no idea what to expect.
Yeah. This matchup, of course, is the one that everybody's been wanting to see since you were first announced. What do you see in the style? I mean, we all know that this is going to be fireworks, right? But is there anything you see that you can pick out in the style that you think, oh, that's where I can really take advantage?
Of course I do, but I'm not going to get into too much detail with that. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Do you feel like it's going to be the fireworks that everybody believes it will be?
It can't not be. He's not going to come in and just try to wrestle me. He's not going to stick and move and try to stay away from me. He's not. I know he's not. And I know exactly what I'm going to do, so yeah, it's going to be fireworks.
Nice. Last thing for me, obviously you've been talking about this whole season, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people that with eyeballs on you, they're going to be like, man, this free agent, did it pay off? Do you feel like you got to win to prove to the world that like, hey man, I made the right move in taking this opportunity?
Fuck no, I don't prove shit to anyone, man. I if I could rewind time, I would do the exact same thing. I'm well off right now. I'm financially, my family's doing good, I'm doing good. Again, hindsight's 2020. It was the best decision I ever made for my career and for my family. So if you guys are thinking about testing out free agency out there, I would highly recommend it.
Shane, you said you don't have to prove anything to anyone, but obviously there are people asking a lot of questions about this fight in particular and how you got into it. Have you found yourself having to kind of defend yourself a little bit against?
Yeah. I'm tired of answering the same fucking question. Like, guys, I didn't get on the phone with PFL and like suspend those guys. I was never, bro. I feel for those guys. It's a shit position to be in to have to fight your friend. You know what I mean? I feel for them. I didn't have anything to do with that. Like I said, I literally just said it over there. I said it in a bunch of other interviews. If Yamamoto had whooped my ass in Atlanta, you don't think that they would have gave him this opportunity? I'm asking you guys. Like, had Yamamoto, a 20-year-old kid, beat me, I had the bigger name at the point, you don't think they would have given him the same? Right? Everyone agree? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just saying, all right.
It must be frustrating, man.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Because it's something that I can't control. All I can control is what I can control, so I got to let that shit go.
How long was it that you thought you were out of competition before you were? 2 minutes?
7 hours? No, I got back to my Airbnb. I packed up. I left at like 5 in the morning. I landed back in Newark, and my phone was blowing up, and I was like, okay, that's how I found out. So yeah, crazy shit.
Hey Shane. So Collard and you is a matchup that I think the fans have wanted since you were signed and announced coming to the PFL. Is this an exciting fight for you? Is this the one matchup that you were looking forward to?
100%. 100%. It's one of those fights that it's a dog fight. It's going to bring out the absolute best to me. These are the kind of matchups that I thrive. I love these kinds. Like the guys that want to wrestle, or the guys that want to grapple, or the guys that want to just move away. Those are like more, you gotta tricky, you gotta find them out, but these are the ones that are like fucking blood and guts. You gotta fucking see what you're really made out of. And these are the ones that, like when I'm done with my career, I'll look back on and be like, those are the moments that I'm gonna remember.
Absolutely. Now, being undefeated in New York, I think 8-0 at this point, 3-0 with the guard? 7-0?
Yeah.
So what is that? Because I feel like the more wins you get, does that add more pressure, or is it more motivation in the home state of New York?
At the end of the day, wherever the cage is, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. As soon as they say go, it could be in somebody's backyard for all I care. But I do like the stat. It's a cool stat. I have the most wins at MSG when I was in the UFC, and I'm going to keep the ball rolling here.
Lastly for me, Tiger Schulman's coach, Sensei James Leonelli, always talks about paying the toll. How are you going to make Clay Collard pay the toll?
UFC Wednesday night.
Love it. Thanks, Jay.
In your fight again against Yamato, we saw a very aggressive version of you, where you were almost, it seemed like you were looking for the finish the entire time. Of course, there were points on the line at that time.
Yeah.
This time it's a little bit different. Are we expecting a more calculated Shane Burgos, or which version of you are we going to see?
Oh, you have to wait till Wednesday night to see that. But to answer a little bit, yes, that specific fight, I had a specific game plan to get the finish as quick as possible. It didn't materialize. I thought he would show a little bit more urgency trying to get up off his back. I'd be able to get his back and choke him out, or open up a different submission. But he was kind of more content playing in the guard, so it didn't give me that opportunity to really get the finish. But the kid is tough too. Like I hit him with some fucking hard shots. The slam that I got him, I really thought I'd get the finish. So the kid's tough.
Now, I'm not sure if you watched Clay Collard's last fight, but it seemed like he was, again, in prime form, very aggressive and looking for the finish the entire time. A very exciting striker, and he's wanted to face you since you were signed to the PFL. How does it feel to have him as your opponent at this stage of the playoffs?
The stars are aligned, man. Like it wasn't supposed to be. Now I got this opportunity, and it's in New York. Like you can't write a better storybook ending. I'm gonna punch my ticket to the finals with this one in New York, and then win that championship.
What does it mean if you get that potential finals matchup against OAM again?
That's against the stars are aligned, storybook ending. That you can't write it. That's a movie right there.
My last question again, fighting with Solomon Renfro again, what does that mean to you?
And then I was just gonna say, elaborating on the storybook ending, the movie kind of thing. Like me and Solomon get punch our tickets to the finals. We both won in Atlanta. We're both gonna win in New York. We both can make it to the finals. Then, come on, man, that's a fucking movie.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, bro?
What would you rate Clay Collard's mustache on a scale of 1 to 10?
I told him he had a nice mustache today at the face-off, so I gotta give him like 6. He's not an Ian McCall, not Ian McCall. It's like a 10 right there. So.
What was it? What do you feel like? What is it like standing on the top on the glass looking down? I couldn't
Dude,
imagine.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit pissed off that I had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like, God, I'm trying to sleep in, like, come on. And then when we got there, we were all like, this was worth it. That was dope. It was such a cool experience. I'm scared of heights to an extent, but it was just awesome.
Mm-hmm. You saw how electric that crowd was a couple days ago for Damian Nelson. How electric is the crowd going to be for you, man?
Yeah, we got to the fights the other day. It was cool that I got there. And the first fight on night before it even started, the place was packed out. And I'm like, dude, there's like one New Yorker on this card and this one undercard. I can't imagine when I'm the main event how crazy the crowd is going to go. Because I know we get sold probably close to 200 tickets, so just for me. So I can't imagine.
Speaking of that event, you were on the broadcast, you were doing some commentary, reading some highlights. You did a great job, man. You have a little presence on screen. I know you're not thinking about that right now, you're not focused on it, but do you think there's maybe a broadcasting career after this fighting's
There
done?
is 100% a broadcast. That's the plan, man. Like I eat, sleep, and breathe this sport. So when I'm done with the sport, I'm always going to be involved in it, and that's exactly what I plan on doing.
Mm-hmm. Last one. PFL's done a lot of things right since signing you just over a year ago. One of those things, signing Jake Paul. What a massive fight that would be. Jake Paul and Nate Diaz inside the Smart Cage. But another fight that's been booked recently, Dylan Dennis, someone that trains at Tiger Showman's, he's fighting Logan Paul. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about him out there. He puts himself out there a lot on social media. What is it like to train with him? What is he like as a teammate? And would you like to see maybe Dylan Dennis following the route of Jake Paul and maybe doing the boxing match and then coming to PFL?
Yeah, I mean, Dylan PFL will be a lot of fun, man. He's a good guy. I mean, he gets a lot of shit, but he's a good kid. He's a good kid. I like Dylan a lot. But if you're not excited for that fight, you're bullshitting. Like, either you want to see him knock Logan out, or you want to see him get knocked out, and that's what he's doing. He's just creating the buzz, and then you see all the shit he's going through right now. Like, it's entertaining, to say the least. So he's doing a good job at promoting the fight, because I want to see it just to see how Logan's gonna come at him for it.
Is he gonna win?
Is
Dylan gonna win?
I gotta go with my boy, right?
Shane, I was wondering, the PFL had a new signing, Amanda Serrano. She's also from New York. What do you have to say about that, and are you excited to see her fight here?
Yeah, that's awesome. She's also from New York. She's also Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. She's 100%. I'm 50%. So maybe we can get a PFL and Puerto Rico card. That'd be fucking awesome.
Noted. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Each fight is different from either way it comes, but also each new fight is a new motivation. So
Yeah.
with this coming fight, what is the big motivation that you take for this fight?
Great question, and I actually have a great answer for you, because I just had a daughter right at the beginning of this training camp. So I had my third daughter right in the beginning of training camp. So it's funny because all 3 of my kids happened in the middle of training camps. This one happened at the very beginning of training camp. So that's the whole new motivation. I got more mouths to feed, bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. Awesome. Good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.